listening to the 100 Proof Southern Rock Podcast with Sam Morrison, the place to discover the new bands that are keeping Southern Rock alive and kicking. Our guest for today, the Southern Locomotive Band. All right, guys, Sam Morrison here. We are here with the second episode of the 100 Proof Southern Rock Podcast, and I am so excited to be sitting here with the Southern Locomotive Band. How you guys doing?
Yeah, great.
We're doing great.
Yeah. You know what? I got to tell you, everybody that I've talked to and every review I've ever seen of your record right now is like it's the best album they've heard in years. And I got to agree. I mean, when I first time I heard it, I'm like, damn, who are these guys and why aren't they famous?
That's great.
But the album you got out right now is Somewhere in Time. I'm going to flip up the there it is. There's the Southern Locomotive Band, Somewhere in Time.
That's it.
And you guys got to listen to it. You got to download it. You got to buy it. You got to get this record. If you don't get another record the rest of the year, you got to get this one. Let's talk about it a little bit. So this is the first album that you guys have done together, right?
It is. Yes, sir.
Okay. And from what I understand, you're recording your second album now, and you've actually got your third album already written.
No, it's already written. Yeah.
You guys are cranking it out. So what's the songwriting process like for you guys? How does it work?
Well, I'm the main songwriter. I sit on the back porch, barefooted, and play the acoustic guitar and write these songs.
That's awesome. And then the rest of the guys just put them together. By the way, I guess I should introduce you guys. Danny Southern, you're on lead vocals and guitar. We got Greg Carter on bass. There you go. And Cutis Hummer, the drummer.
That's right.
In the back there. I saw Michael Buffalo Smith came up with that rhyme. Is that something he came up with too, or you've heard that a lot?
I've heard it a bit.
Yeah, I would imagine. Anyway, well, like I said, man, I'm really digging the record. And when I started watching you guys on the videos and all that kind of stuff, I mean, the first thing that struck me when I saw your first video was like, okay, it's a 3-piece band, and look at those beards. It's ZZ Top.
Yeah.
ZZ Top just comes right to mind. Do you guys get a lot of comparisons for that?
Oh, yeah. You know we do. But you got to have an image.
Well, absolutely. And I tell you, you know what? The thing of it is, anybody that loves ZZ Top is going to love you guys. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. But you guys have a different spin on this whole thing, too, that's a little different than ZZ Top. Because, like I said, the music that you guys are playing, I mean, it's definitely got that bluesy southern growl kind of a thing going to it. And a lot of the themes that you guys talk about in your songs are common themes through Southern rock and blues. But you guys have got like a riff kind of a thing that you run through all of these things that just sets it apart from what ZZ Top's doing or anybody else. And like I said, I mean, I'm loving the record. I've got it on repeat on Spotify nonstop.
Yeah, I listen to it all the time myself. I'm quite proud of it.
Well, awesome. Well, let's talk about a little bit about the record. So it starts out with Time Machine, and exactly that's what when you start that song off, that little intro piece that you do, welcome everybody into the Time Machine. That's kind of what it's like, man. It's like this record is taking you back to when rock and roll was rock and roll, and guitar solos were a part of music. Talk a little bit about the Time Machine song.
Greg, the bass player, he loaned me a book, the Time Machine, the H.G. Wells story. I read it, gave me the idea to write the song. A couple hours later, it was done.
Yeah. I wish I could knock them out that fast.
Some come hard. So.
Well, as I'm going through the record too, the next one that really jumped out at me, and I think we even put this up on our group page, you guys saw it, but Lucky Just to Be Alive.
Yeah.
That one, for whatever reason, got stuck in my head, and no matter what I did that week, it would pop up on my Spotify playlist. It popped up on my YouTube suggested things. I mean, every time I turned it, I'd turn on the group, and that song was there. It's like somebody was trying to tell me something.
Yes. On my songs, I try to draw from my influences. That to me is very Bachman Turner Overdrive, not Fragile.
Okay.
That's kind of where I got the idea with the bass at the beginning, the bass in the middle.
You know what? That's when I
We're all
heard it.
just lucky to be alive.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in COVID with everything that's going on right now. Like I said, when I put that post up, it's like that's a message I think a lot of people need to hear right now. It's like even though things suck, you know, we're here in a really exciting time in history, and
That's right.
it's we are lucky just to be alive and lucky to be here, and grateful every day for everything that we've got going.
That's it. That's what you got to be.
Another thing I heard when I was listening to that song right there, especially, it's funny you said Bachman Turner Overdrive because I didn't get that. I was catching a really Jimi Hendrixy kind of maybe even a Johnny Winter kind of a vibe when I listened to it.
It's definitely got some Hendrix vibe to it.
Yeah, those guys. Is that one of your biggest like influences as far as playing and singing?
Oh yeah, Johnny Winter, Jimi Hendrix, Love Government Mule, and all the great Southern rockers.
Oh yeah. Well, that's cool stuff, dude. Well, the Johnny Winter, you've got a story with that too, though, don't you? I saw one of your guitars didn't have a Johnny Winter signature on that.
Yes, I got my old White Firebird signed by Johnny. So never got to play with Johnny, but did get him to sign my guitar. So.
And didn't you have it? He played it or something. You got to how did that happen that you got to see him?
Well, I was playing with another guitar player at the time. I was playing bass with him. He was friends with Johnny, so we got to go up on his bus and handed the guitar to Johnny. Johnny played it for a second and signed it. So that was great.
That's kind of a dream come true situation. Well, we had the opportunity. I never got to play with Johnny, or I actually never got to see him live, but we opened for Edgar Winter a couple of times.
That's good.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, we did a show up in Northern California, and they hired us in saying, it's going to be this. They called it the what was it? It was the Klamath River Classic was what it was called. And it was just going to be a big motorcycle run. It was going to be a lot of fun. And then we get up there, and then I find out once we get there that it's a Hell's Angels run.
Yeah.
And that was a big surprise.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was incredibly cool. Edgar Winter played at that Hell's Angels run. He was the headliner that night. And so we got to open up for him there. And, those are the coolest bunch of dudes. I mean, we had nothing but a good time. It was a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But,
we played a lot of rallies and stuff. So,
yeah, I imagine y'all do.
They definitely love our type of music. So.
Yeah. Well, cool deal. All right. Home of the Memphis Blues. Let's talk about that one a little bit. That sounds like it was a personal story road trip.
I just made the story up. I love Memphis. I've been up there 3 or 4 times. Great place. Love the blues. Before I started this original project, that was all I played was blues.
Yeah. I can hear that in your playing. I mean, that's one of the things that I also wanted to ask you about. I mean, when you listen to that album, your guitar tone, dude, is to die for. And watching your videos, I'm just like, you've got this huge collection of Gibson guitars that every video you've got another Gibson come rolling out of the factory there. How many Gibsons do you have? And kind of walk me through what your tone's like. What's your guitar rig setup?
Yeah, I only play Gibsons. I'm not a Flaticaster man, so. Yeah, I have my number one. That's my favorite baby right there.
There you go.
This thing never goes out of tune, never breaks a string. It stays in tune week after week. It never goes out of tune. Amazes me.
Yeah.
I usually play in the rhythm pickup all the time. I hardly ever get into the treble bridge pickup. And I play through a Music Man 212 HD 130.
Okay.
And 412 cabinet underneath that. So
Okay.
that's a huge sound.
It is a huge sound. And that's why I'm saying, I mean, listen to that album. It's like your guitar tone is to die for.
Yeah,
So,
you gotta fill it up being a 3-piece. So.
oh yeah. So any pedals at all, or is that just you're just straight into the amp?
I have a green screamer that I'll kick on sometimes during the solos. Not all the time. And I definitely have an MXR phase pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Well, that's
about it.
dude, you've got killer guitar tone, and again, it's a lesson listening to you play. I mean, it's I love it.
It's all in your hands. That's what I always say.
Well, that's what they say. They asked Stevie Ray Vaughan, with his tone and stuff too. He could pick up any guitar with anything, and it would sound like Stevie Ray. It's not just getting that elusive pedal that he, to make you sound like that.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, dude, again, your tone is it's amazing. Moving along, Herschel's Farm. Now, when I was looking through the song list when I first started listening to the record, and as soon as I heard Herschel's Farm, I'm like, this song is going to kick ass because it's got the name Herschel in there. And every time I think of Herschel, I think of Cracker Barrel, because Uncle Herschel's favorite is my thing I get at Cracker Barrel for every time we go there.
There you go.
And so when I even before I heard the song, I knew I was going to love it. And it was, as I'm listening to your record too, I'm sitting there going, everything about it is cool, but I just wish there was a little slide guitar going on. And then I said Uncle. Then when Herschel's Farm comes up, slide guitar comes in, and you absolutely deliver on that, man. So is that another story that you made up with Herschel's Farm, or did that happen?
That story came from the Walking Dead TV show.
Really?
Yeah. When they were living on Herschel's farm.
Okay.
He had 2 daughters, Maggie and Beth. So his youngest daughter, Beth, a little blonde-headed girl, I just thought, hey, I'll write a story about kind of life pre to what happened on The Walking Dead. So that's where that came from.
Dude, that's awesome. You know what? My keyboard player is like, he's hardcore into Walking Dead. I haven't started it yet. Yeah, I need to, and now that's even more reason for me to listen to it, or to start watching it.
Yeah.
Again, I'm skipping through a lot of these songs. I was grabbing the ones that were like the ones to me that stuck out the biggest and were my favorite ones. We're All Gonna Wash Away. That one is my favorite song on the whole record. Talk about that one for a little bit.
Yeah, that's basically the story of like Noah's Ark, kind of. 40 days, 40 nights of rain.
Yeah.
I just kind of twisted it around into my own story. So.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that song, I mean, everything about it. I mean, the way that it starts out is just a kick in the teeth. And then it starts out with that slow bluesy thing, and then you guys kick it into the jam towards the end, and it's damn.
Very Black Sabbath influenced.
Great soon. I that's, again, like I said, that one's my favorite one on the whole record. So we've talked about the record. We've talked about your influences, the videos. You guys have got a ton of videos up there. Have you been working with? Was it Rebel TV? Are they the ones that produced your videos? No,
Rick Williford is the guy that has produced our videos. He's a friend of mine that is a recording engineer.
Uh-huh.
He's been teaching me Pro Tools because we do our own recordings in-house.
Okay.
So I record everything. He helps me mix and master, and he comes over and helps shoot the videos.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, that's kind of the same way that we do our stuff. I've got a Pro Tools rig too, and I'm quickly learning how to engineer and mix and master. That's a huge learning curve in and of itself. And dude, you're doing a great job at it. Like I said, to get that tone that you're getting from your guitar, though, you've got to be living out in the woods someplace, because you got to crank the hell out of that thing to get that to sound that way.
Yeah. We're just pretty soundproofed in here, so we do play loud. So.
Awesome. The other thing I saw in the video too that again, this is a little controversial subject, but you guys, every video, you've got that Confederate flag flying behind you. That's something that a lot of people freak out about, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to ask you about it or not, but I'm going to ask you about it. What's the story with that? Is that a middle finger to the people that don't care, or what was your decision to put that in there?
You know, when I growed up, it's my Southern heritage. My name is Southern. Every concert I went to when I was young, from Leonard Skinner to the Johnny Van Zant to Outlaws, Molly Hatchet, all my favorite bands that were always waving Confederate flags in the audience. It's just something I grew up with.
Yeah. You know what? I feel the same way. It's like people can put a meaning to anything. And, you know, to me, whenever I see the flag, that's exactly what it represents. It's Southern music. It's Leonard Skinner. It's, you know, that's what we grew up listening to. And that's the representation that's the first thing that comes to mind when I see it. And, you know, it is kind of a sad thing now that people have taken that and turned it into something that I don't think it was ever, it was never intended for that sort of a thing. And,
we didn't do it on the last video. We're going to all wash it away.
It washed away.
It washed away. But actually, I'm having a big banner made to put behind the band.
Okay.
Locomotive with a train on it. So
yeah.
we just have to fly the Confederate flag from the side.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Well, and again, too, I mean, it is, you know, to me, it's like there's no reason to have that kind of an attitude towards, I don't know, people see what they want to see, I think, a lot of times. And when I see it, that's what I see. I see Southern rock music and Southern heritage, and it has nothing to do with anything stupid. It's just all about music for me.
Good for you.
That's it.
That's what it means. Heritage.
Yeah. There you go.
Southern rock.
So I have seen you guys have been getting some stuff on, well, that Rebel TV. What is that exactly? An Outlaw Renegade Radio. I saw that you guys are working with those guys.
Yes. Now on Roku TV, that's where Rebel TV is.
Uh-huh.
A friend of mine named Axel Fender that has a studio out of Alabama, he hooked me up with Leon John Jock out of Jacksonville, Florida, and Michael Sugden. And yeah, they asked me if I wanted to be on Rebel TV. So yeah, that's right up my alley.
So hell yeah. How's that working? Are you guys you seeing a lot of fans coming through that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, every day.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, that sounds like something I should probably check into too. I mean, especially any of the Southern rock bands that are going. If there's a Rebel TV, that would be a good thing for us to check into. So I think I'll hit you up after this thing's over and you can give me that guy's number.
I will do that.
Awesome. All right. Well, the other thing the other couple of questions that I had were just real quick and easy questions. And first of all, is there anything else that you want us to know about other projects you've got coming up, or anything else that you want to let everybody know about?
Well, the second CD is about 3/4 of the way finished now, and it's going to kick ass as much as the first one did.
Oh man, I can't wait. And to get the CD was the best way to go. I got your website down there, the southernlocomotiveband.net.
That's it. Yes.
Okay, and then you've also got a Facebook group that's growing like crazy also, and you've got a lot of rabid fans that are on there, so that they can also check out on Facebook. I'll put all the links and stuff to that in the notes at the end of the show, and that way everybody will have a way to get a hold of you.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
We did our CD through CD Baby. It's also for sale on there. Amazon.
CD Baby, Amazon, and Spotify. You guys, I stream you guys like crazy on Spotify. A lot of those hits you're getting are coming from me and the guys from 100 Proof Southern Rock Group.
Great.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, here's the other questions that I had for you. Whenever bands like us go out on the road, there's things that happen. There's things that you can talk about and things you can't talk about. But I'm wondering if you got a favorite road story that you could share with us about something that happened to you while you guys are traveling.
We from the chapel.
Yeah, can't really think of one right now. I remember down at Gray, Georgia, one night we played a biker bar called the Twitching Monkey. They had a big inflatable gorilla up on top of the bar moving around. Very rowdy place. They had their own Confederate flag behind the bandstand.
Yeah.
Before the night was over, the owner was out back with a machine gun shooting it.
I remember that.
Just crazy stuff. We played a lot of Bike Week festivals at the Iron Horse Saloon, stuff like that. So.
Yeah. The Twitching Monkey. So if I get a call to play there, that's something I should do just for the experience.
Yeah, you better watch it when the owner gets drunk and breaks the machine gun out.
Awesome. And then my last question I got for you guys: if you could do a show, and from all time, anytime, you had a bill of 3 bands, you and 2 other bands, who would the other 2 bands be?
Government Mule and the Sam Morrison Band.
Boom. All right.
Well, that sounds like a hell of a bill to me too. That would be awesome. Well, Government Mule, you guys would be perfect playing with those guys.
Yes, we've met Warren quite a few times. So.
Yeah. I saw him at the NAMM show, probably 4 years ago. He was walking around and I just, hey, you're Warren Haynes. He goes, yes, I am. But yeah, he's a monster. All right, guys. Well, if that's all I've got for you on this round, I am, like I said, dude, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and doing this show. And I wish you guys nothing but the best in everything that you do. Like I said, I'm loving the record. I think it's absolutely incredible. Anybody that hasn't heard it yet, you're missing out. It's the best album you're going to get this year. So make sure you go check out Southern Locomotive Band on Spotify, on their Facebook group. Check them out on their website, and just check them out. Absolutely. You got to do it. And
Keep on running.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for everything. All right. All right. A big thank you to the Southern Locomotive Band. Those guys are awesome. And again, their album is something that I got on repeat. I love that record. So make sure you guys check it out. Check out the band, the southernlocomotiveband.net. That's their website. They've got a huge Facebook group. You can check them out on there. Again, it's the Southern Locomotive Band. And I'm digging the way this thing is going so far. If you guys get a chance, make sure you hit the button down there, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And we got a lot more bands coming up, and can't wait to do it again. All right, we'll see you guys next time.